Good morning, everybody. Um, Coming in today, I'm gonna start doing some live soon. Don't worry. But I've been thinking about a lot that I want to share. Um, and today, I'm just kind of gonna really freestyle it and let it be known what's on my heart. Um, I can promise you this. Consistently, I'll try to do one video a week, describing, what I'm observing in the music world, of course, and the education systems, the community at large. The community that's closest to me, the music community, the community of color, the community of scholars, the community of millennials. I'm seeing a lot of angst and just kind of shallow remarks regarding how we are unified together, and that's what I wanted to talk about today is what's bringing us all together. Whether it's our music, our jobs, what's motivating us to want to get up, get out there, and be unified. Because we all want that security, right? We all want a sense of belonging. And that's not going to happen unless you feel confident in who you are and where you're at. That's the definition of community. And these are challenges that we are facing, nonetheless. So, what I want to simply say is don't lose hope. Don't feel that you're the only one in these situations that we feel that we need to change progressively and rapidly in order for this society to be successful, this American society. Because in a larger context of things, we can break it down, our community, in pretty much two separate parts, no matter what community you fall under. That's the systematic, and it's also the non-systematic, the kind of leisure ways that we all meet and coalesce. And so for today's example, I'll just be talking about systems in society at large and music. Music brings us all together in various ways. We think about concerts, we think about learning music, we think about entertainment, the sciences, right? There are so many things that connect music in our day-to-day being, that we really you need a professional almost sometimes to kind of recognize that. Healing. This is why I mentioned science. The healing factor in there. Where we know that it can create therapy. So I just want people to be motivated that there are people who have these items at their heart and at the concern of the people. Because we're all in the development to want to get better. We're all needing that development to want to make our society better. In our systems, of course, that involve business, that involve law, that involve work, that involve the larger community, that connects us, internationally, and so forth. What we believe in, how we go about our, worldview and outlook in life. Um, because let's not forget that this is where most people start off, in these kind of larger macro communities that involve, how we interact, I guess the rules, the norms, right? So it can be a little much. And that's why I wanted to give that basic breakdown, right? Because when you think about it, you're either going to fall in a category of systems that are normal to you and fluid to you, or you're not. And that's usually where you're going to get into the more, less structured philosophical approaches, or, subjects of concern to you, such as music, writing, reading, going out, just being a part of a different paradigm that connects you to a larger world. So this video is really just a kind of, short explainer and, message of hope to not forget about these systems that connect us, because at the end of the day, they're here for us. And I'll just end on saying that, things change. Things are not always set in stone. We have to be flexible, right? I'm thinking a little bit about, and I told you guys I wouldn't be covering a lot about celebrities on my channel right here. But I think it's important for me to underscore where a lot of these thoughts of mine were coming from. And that has been the source, and I guess source of frustrations that have been replicating themselves constantly through the media. Whether it's about diversity, whether it's about, who's getting a deal, who's getting recognized. We already know what happened. It was a great, Will Smith slap. And it's almost become iconic now, because what he did was, apparently defend his wife. And, of course, there's nothing wrong with that. We all want to protect and defend and care about, those who we love and admire and that are nearest to us. But, as a teacher, I just couldn't accept that. And quite frankly, that's part of the last reason I wanted to do this video, is to give some context as to why I lambast Will Smith so vigorously on social media after that incident this March of 22 at the Oscars. Going on stage, frustratingly, erratically, and striking another man. So that apology that he came out with the other day, it was well intended. I really do believe that. And by the way, I think Will Smith is a superb actor. I've had great respect for him, throughout my life. Him being known as a top tier celebrity pretty much my entire life through the 90s. The man is a success story. There's no doubt about that. I just, now in the position in my life of leadership, we have to draw lines in saying what's acceptable and what's not. Particularly when you are a leader. And I guess the kind of final straw that we have to put up to show a difference of attitude and perspective. We have to be responsible. And being responsible, a part of being responsible is calling out what you know is wrong and drawing that distinction. So I wish all the brothers well, but quite frankly, that conversation was a little bit beneath me, and out of my category of responsibilities. But I felt it, and it hurt. Not just me understanding what it's like to be in a fight or something like that, but me understanding, losing control, not being, at your own, I guess, standard or platitude that you want to live by. I mention that because yesterday, even myself, I kind of had an interaction with this man, getting some food. I posted about it on my Facebook page. I tend to do that because for me, it's my way of releasing and getting out these situations in a kind of appropriate, meaningful, and impactful way that the best way that I can think of without being vile or trying to pressure someone to be out of their own self. In other words, trying to be violent. There are ways to bag these kind of things in and store them in and not really get it out when it's the right time. And next thing you know, you're snapping on somebody. And that could happen to me the other day when I was cut in front of the line, because this guy is kind of drunk, walks in Del Taco and gets really close up to me and starts to get impatient with the workers that were working in there. And I'm just like, what's up, man, everything okay, why are you so close? And he's just like, it's sarcastically responding, why are you so close to me? And I'm like, this guy's either really on edge or he's on some kind of drugs. Sure enough, it was him being drunk high. So I just kind of moved out the way, and there was other people around me watching the whole thing, so I didn't really feel that threatened to respond to him and say, hey man, you're wilding out, but just go ahead, basically get out of my face. And it's funny because he didn't really seem like a threat to me. He's a little bit older, but what I recognized was this guy he's having such a bad experience right now, and a bad situation, whatever is going on in his life, that it's just really beneath me, and I just kind of let it go. And when I walked outside, I noticed this guy was indeed an alcoholic because I looked into his car. But what am I saying to you guys? That we just have to live our life and not be so boxed in to the realities of the world and how these unfortunate circumstances can hold us back, that we just can't simply live our life and enjoy what life has to offer, whether it's the good or the bad. We have to get out there. We have to be a part of a community. And shout out to Chad for the instrumentals. My bad, man. I hope you don't mind me sharing some of that. I'm going to drop a link. One of my best friends, Chad Morris, we went to school together. We studied music every day. We share music with each other constantly. So, as I'm building this page up, look out for, a little bit more of what I have to share and offer as pertains to music. Because it helps me. It helps me cope with situations, with thoughts like I've had right now that I wanted to get off my chest and share a little bit about how I look at things. So check out the link, just a little explainer, and let us continue to maintain the church within. Have a good one.